Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I have a very special first look video. In fact, it's going to be a little bit of a mini-series. It is the Head Start for Preview Weekend. So, it's apparently the 4th Head Start preview, and it is a pre-release build of Sword Coast Legends. It is by InSpace, Digital Extremes, Dungeons & Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro, of course. All of those things came together to create this epic game. It's supposed to be cooperative, which I assume means it's going to be up to 4 players, maybe up to 5 if you can include the Dungeon Master mode that is available here. Become the Dungeon Master and create adventures for players to experience, explore, and conquer. Or, that could be their editing tools. I don't know for sure, guys. I haven't hopped into that and played around with it just yet. I will probably do so between this episode and the next. But we are going to go on a little adventure. We're going to go and do some exploration and some dungeon crawling, in fact. Now, this is the character that I have created for myself. I'm going to probably create a new character right now, because apparently you can have up to 4 characters, and since I only have 1 created, and again, I don't know if this is actually going to work, where I'm going to be able to get others that I create into it, but since I've created 1, I'm able to get 3 of 4 pre-created characters that are already in the game. So I'm going to create a new one, and hopefully it doesn't delete my old one. And we'll see if we can run off of 2 of my created characters. So we're going to run with, we're going to use we have our Dwarven Warrior. He's a fighter with 2-handed abilities and all sorts of crazy stuff like that, guys. I wish I could have showed you the creation of that, but it's okay. It's okay, you get the idea, and you'll be able to experience all this stuff as well. But I'm going to create a female rogue this time around, which is ironic because this is all actually pretty close to what I wanted. So you have male or female, obviously. Those are the 2 choices. There's not a third gender that we are unaware of at this point. You have the classes of Rogue, Wizard, Paladin, nothing, apparently. There we go. Paladin, Ranger, Fighter, and Cleric. And then you go back to Rogue. We're going to go with a Rogue. We're going to make her... I don't want her to be a dwarf. Maybe a halfling. We can roll with a halfling. I think that would be okay. Now let's go with a Rogue halfling. And we're going to make her either a Lightfoot halfling or a Strong Heart halfling. We're going to go with the Lightfoot. And then you have all of these choices for a background. I'm sure they mean something. Yes, if you hover over them, it will tell you what the bonus is that you get to start with. So we have Knight, we have Noble, we have Outlander, we have Pirate, we have Sage, we have Sailor, we have Soldier, we have Spy, Urchin, Acolyte, Charlatan, Criminal, Entertainer, Folk Hero, Gladiator, Guild Artisan, Guild Merchant, Hermit, and back to Knight. Now, what I think I would like to be is, I don't think I really want to be a pirate. I just want the thunder, lightning, and cold damage taken. We get additional attributes, dexterity attribute, which isn't bad. I'm thinking, let's see, ooh, a spy, that sounds perfect. Alright, we're going to go with Spy. 10% extra gold found. Perfect for a rogue. I like it all the way down the line. Not the most adorably attractive hobbit, but it's okay. Or halfling, as it were. We're going to go here. We're going to pale her up real nice. Nice light complexion there. Give her some red hair. We're definitely going to get her a different hairstyle. I'm not a super huge fan of the weird short hair that she's rocking. That's not bad. That's okay. Nope. No. Yeah, I like that, actually. Let's see here. I think we're probably going to roll with this one right here. I'm a big fan of the ponytail, guys. I don't know. I like it. I like it. We're going to play around a little bit with her face and everything else, guys, but I'm not going to go super overboard. Let's see. What kind of eye color are we going to give her? Something like that. I can't even tell exactly what color that is. It's kind of like a greenish. Maybe it's hazel. I don't know. And I'm okay. Maybe we can get her nose a little bit smaller. It seems to be quite large. There we go. A little bit of a smaller nose. There we go. That's pretty sexy. We'll roll with that. I like it. We'll go with next, and we get to choose what weapons that we want our rogue to use. Now, I'm pretty happy with the dual dagger build on rogues. Now, a lot of people will say, and again, you have to keep in mind, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, I am not the best Dungeons and Dragons type game player, so I will often make terrible choices just based off of what I like. What I think, in my opinion, rogues should always be rolling around with double daggers, and they should pull them out. A lot of people are like, well, if you have a main hand dagger and an offhand sword, you're going to do more damage, or you can be a combat rogue where you use dodging and abilities like that, evasion. to do battle with dual swords, and you're a little bit better that way. Or you can be a rogue where you can sneak around and take pot shots from the shadows and take them out that way. So there's a lot of options available, and you can pretty much build it the way you want to build it. I'm going to roll with the dual daggers. It's kind of what I like, and it's what I'm going to go with. And of course, rocking the leather armor, we can examine what we have there, and there we go. But again, if you wanted to, you could probably go with like a long sword and an offhand dagger, or a main hand dagger, or offhand long sword. Or you can go like dual rapiers. I don't know if that's a thing. So you have a rapier and a long sword. I mean, you can really mix and mash it up however you'd like. But again, like I said, guys, I'm pretty simplistic when it comes to stuff like this. I think all rogues should always run with dual daggers. I could see maybe dual daggers and crossbows, or dual daggers and a bow and arrow. I could even see the bow and arrow, but when you get into like dual maces and short swords, and it's just that just kind of ruins it for me. That's just me, though. It's just me. You guys can do whatever you want, but yeah, we're gonna roll with what we have here. The leather armor, I like it. I'm gonna go into the next. All right, now I'm also one of those people who doesn't like to min-max, guys. I know it's painful. You guys are cringing when you hear me say stuff like that, but we are definitely going to max out our dexterity. And you see down here, rogues prioritize skill over brute strength. They have an almost supernatural knack for avoiding danger. A few rogues learn magic tricks. When creating a rogue, prioritize dexterity above other ability scores, followed by intelligence if you plan to do any spell casting. Now, my problem with this is, well, I guess dagger is a finesse weapon. It's ranged weapons and finesse weapons, so like a rapier would be a good choice, but you wouldn't want to use like a two-handed sword or something along those lines. So they say intelligence is also pretty good. And intelligence measures mental acuity, accuracy of recall, and the ability to reason. Arcane spells use it, and determine damage as well as their difficulty checks. So, not sure why intelligence is so important for the rogue, but that's what they recommended. Oh, if we wanted to do spell casting. Okay, well, my apologies then. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of my stats out of the negative, and I know a lot of people are like, no, it's such a waste, but I still like to do it. I'm probably going to max out some Constitution too, because I like to have additional health and things of that nature, and probably put a couple points into Strength. I'm not sure if it'll help with the stabbing and attacking, but we'll put it there anyway. I feel like that's probably the better play. Now, technically, being a rogue, maxing out Charisma is not necessarily a terrible choice, but I prefer the sneaky rogues as opposed to the charming ones. So, we're going to roll on from there. And now we have 2 remaining ability points that we can put in. We have the Scoundrel tree, we have the Thief tree, the Assassin tree, the Arcane Trickster, 2-weapon fighting, the Martial skill tree, the Archery tree, and then here's our skills and proficiencies with different weapons. And as you can see, we have the Simple Weapon Proficiency Dagger, we have a Rapier, and we have the Sickle. We do not have the Scimitar, though we could learn to use that. I don't really care to, so that's fine. We're going to move beyond to the next place, and we're back down to the Scoundrel. So, often falling on both sides of the law, most scoundrels have mastered the art of deception and thievery, whether it is for their own personal gain or in service of those in need. Skulking in the shadows and striking without warning, these abilities are usually what rogues are most famous for. So I'm a pretty big fan of that. We can toggle hide on and off. Grants the ability to steal away into the shadows to avoid being detected and to get the drop on the foes. Being hidden increases the critical range by 5 and grants combat advantage on the next attack. While hiding, movement speed is reduced, and yes. Stealth checks are, what is it? Increased by 7, plus 7 bonus. And the further down the high tree you go, the better you are at stealth. That's okay right now, we're fine with a level 1. But we need to figure out another thing, because we're not quite ready yet. Alright, so what is this? Disengage. It allows us to basically roll away. And increases all of our damage resistances by 50% for 4 seconds. And all stealth checks will allow us to get up there. So that does sound pretty good. Another decent way to actually get back into stealth. But we're not there yet. And this is the Assassin tree, which I believe is probably going to be the one that we go down. But let's see what else we have here. 2-weapon fighting. I don't hate that idea, but we don't have enough points to buy this one yet. So we're going to probably roll out with the other one. We have the Martial tree, which is, I think this is a basic tree for all classes. You can get this. I think you can probably get 2-weapon fighting and probably archery for most classes as well. So we're going to go back to the Assassin tree. We're going to grab up this, the Hidden Dagger. Hurls a weighted dagger at a target, dealing 8 to 17 piercing damage, throwing them off balance for the next 60 seconds. The affected creature's cooldown durations are increased by 100%. So we're going to roll with that. That seems cool, and that is going to be what we do. We're going to come here. We're going to go with my wonderful wife. She is going to be the thief, or the rogue as it were, and let's see what kind of voice we can get for her.
Greetings!
Yeah, definitely not that.
Yes. Hi. Yes. Hi. Yes.
Apparently those are the only two things they say. Alright.
Well met.
Whoa.
Listen up. Well met.
Creepy.
Might I have a moment of your time?
I love it. I love it. Alright, so what are we going to do here? I think we're going to make her chaotic neutral. You know what? Yeah, we're going to go chaotic neutral. I'm totally okay with that. And let's see what kind of deity we can come up with here. Cold Winter. I'm just going to kind of look through here. I don't know which one's going to be specific for a rogue. Beginnings of dawn, renewal in spring, blah, 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 blah. Soul Forger, that doesn't sound very useful. Mistra? Mysteries is the goddess of magic and possibilities. No, not goddess of magic. The Moon Bow, daughter of the night, elven goddess of the moon. Dreams, journey starts. Elven, she's not elven. Sylvanas is god of nature. That makes sense. Tempest, the god of battle. Umberly. Umberly, the bleep queen, is the fickle goddess of oceans, waves, and seas. She's a harsh mistress, prone to destroying ships who cross the sea without throwing enough treasure overboard as a bribe. That's crazy. And then Nun. What is Auril? Cold Winter. Well, we skipped over some of these. God of Wizards. Shantia. Goddess of Agriculture and Home. Sorry guys, we're kind of looking through all this. I'm not really... There doesn't seem to be a goddess for thieves. The Wonder Bringer. It definitely doesn't look like there's anything for thieves. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we go with the Umberly here. We're chaotic neutral, right? Let's just start with that. That's fine. I'm okay with it. Whatevs. Let's roll with it. And let's get into it and get started. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to actually roll out with Kalark, the guy I originally created. And we're going to see if we can bring in Chimera into the fold. So we're a Dwarven fighter with two-handed proficiency and all sorts of stuff. I'll show you guys what we have once we get started. There are several modules, and I'll show you guys this right now. I have none that are actually installed, so I can't show you the actual modules, but I have none that are installed or that I created. There's none that are downloaded. There are some that other people created or maybe the developers themselves created. And there's several here that you can actually go and grab at any point. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But right now I haven't done that. I may download some between this episode and the next. But we're going to go to Dungeon Crawl. And we're going to start that up. And we're going to go on normal. And we're going to start it up. And yeah, let's see how this goes. You have found a fitting place to rest and rejuvenate, where you can speak with your companions and reflect on the days past. Here, as nowhere else, you feel the safest, like nothing can ever touch you. It's something along those lines is what it says. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to hit I. I'm just going to bring up this. I think you can probably hit escape and it does the same thing. We're going to take a look at our character's stats right here. Again, I like to have no negative effects here. We maxed out strength and we maxed out constitution with him. Additionally, we have a lot of defenses and passives and all sorts of additional skills. Take a look at the abilities. We ended up starting with Battlemaster's heal here, the second wind. No, I grabbed this one. The second wind, so whenever we get down pretty low, we can pop second wind to heal up and gain 8 maximum hit points for 12 seconds. I skipped over the champion tree and the 2-weapon fighting, but I got a great weapon fighting here. This allows me to charge enemies, which is pretty sweet. And then we got this. This basically allows me to heal up whenever I use the Victorious Surge. Strikes a foe with a Victorious Fervor, dealing damage, and when you perform this attack, you heal for 6 to 8 damage. Pretty good, and we have all these proficiencies. You start this way as a fighter. Additionally, you also seem to have this ability to resurrect any allies. I think that's everybody. So any allies that have fallen, get that. So I played around, I went through one level of a dungeon, and that's where we're at. So I have some extra stuff here that you wouldn't start with normally, but that's okay. Alright, we're going to request a slot, and it looks like we cannot bring our character that we just created. But that's okay. That is okay. We will bring Larithar, the rogue. It actually makes me a little bit sad that we can't bring him. We'll bring Hamet, the wizard, and Ildia, I think it is. Ildia, or Ilidia, the cleric. There we go. Alright, so we have a ranged cleric with a bow. We have a dagger sword dwarf, and we have a wizard. So that's that. Okay, so apparently we cannot gather up our other people. Alright, so this is the dungeon crawl modes. This should add endless amounts of replayability to the game. You can hop on with your buddies if you don't feel like doing like a full campaign or going through the storyline or even a module. You can come here and do dungeon crawl. What does that allow you to do? You come here and you can actually create your own dungeon, or create the parameters for your own dungeon to be made, and then you will actually go into it and do battle. So let's take a look here. I don't want it to be bandit caves this time. We're going to go with the castle. We're going to go with, I think we're going to go with undead and dead rats, maybe? We'll try that out. We're going to make the encounter easy, and we're going to add a boss room to the last floor. Now, in the next episode that I do, guys, which should be just a couple days down the road, we'll actually do a 2 or 3 floor dungeon crawl, and maybe we'll break out Chimera and see how she actually handles it. And we can rename our dungeon to Test Dungeon 1001 23 or 245. I missed, guys. I was going to say 234, but 245. It's okay. Don't die is the description. Alright, and then you can actually assign quests, and you can edit the quests. The map size is small. We can make it a little bit larger. We'll put it as medium. And the complexity is simple right now, which is okay. So we can actually assign collect items, and I'm okay with that. We'll just go with whatever the default is on that. We'll go to defeat enemies, and here we'll actually edit this. We need to defeat, I want to say, 10 enemies, and we're going to go with undead. So we're going to go and find ourselves some undead. There they are. And any creature that are undead, we need to defeat 10 of them, and we will get a reward. We'll get gold, and we'll get a random weapon. Okay, additionally, we can add a boss to this, and we already have. And defeat the boss, and you can edit this out, and we're going to have a beholder as our final boss. And we're going to throw out, I don't know, a random trinket and some gold as well. And the quest name is Kill Big Eye. There we go, guys. That is what we're going to do, and let's hit back and get in here and actually get started. So this is going to be a 1-floor dungeon that is medium-sized, and we'll see if we can't actually get through it. So you move around with WASD. You can rotate the cameras with Q and E, or you can right-click and drag to rotate the camera. You can also hold the middle mouse button to move the camera around if you so feel inclined. If you have any character selected, the character that's selected, you can use your number buttons to, well, use the items on the hotbar. So I imagine if you're playing with 4 people, this gameplay is a lot more like a MMO, like a World of Warcraft or something along those lines. As you control your one character, you move him around to wherever you want him to go, and then you would use whatever skill you have to do damage to the creature. So basically, you have to target a creature by left-clicking on it, and then you'll automatically go and start auto-attacking it, whether that's at range or with a spell or whatever the case is, or you run up to him in melee and start auto-attacking him. And then once you do that, you can press your skill buttons to actually utilize those skills. Pretty simple, guys. I know you don't need me to over-explain things, so we're going to hop into the dungeon and see if we can't get this done before this episode ends. And then the next time around, guys, we'll grab Chimera and run on in to a multiple-level dungeon and see what we can come up with. And it should be fun, guys. It should be fun. This game releases on October 20th. It is available to pre-order right now. I think it's like 13% off or something along those lines on Steam. I'll have all the information down below in the description of the video where you can pick it up, more information about the game, the developer, all that wonderful fun stuff. As I always do, guys, I'll remind you again of this stuff at the end of the episode. But for now, I'm just slowly drawing your mind away from the fact that there's no music playing right now, and the thing is taking forever to load. But we have done it, we've achieved victory, and we are here. So if we take a look over here, there is a giant ogre zombie, which is actually quite terrifying. I've never seen something quite like that yet.
What can I do for you?
So what we're going to use is our rogue right now. We're going to actually do some scouting abilities. What is this? Search. Okay, we have the ability to search. And we're going to come out here with our scouting type guy. Hopefully the ogre is by himself, and it does appear that he is. I see no other enemies nearby. We're going to try to sneak up behind him and probably...
Yeah.
Oh, I was say probably start the battle right away, but there appear to be other enemies nearby. So, that being said, what I'm going to do is send our boys to charge in an attack. And I was hoping that he wouldn't actually come out fighting yet,
Anyone over there?
but he did.
Anyone over there?
I'm hoping that our healer will actually heal our guy, and it doesn't look like he's going to. Alright, we're going to probably switch to the healer now.
Can't go on at this rate.
And restoration. We're going to try to restore the target's health. And we brought down the ogre. It was pretty simple. The characters that you don't control do have some sort of auto gambit, or what does it say here? Tactics. They have tactics. They will go and do fighting and various things of that nature. So you don't have to always control every single character all of the time. But it looks like there's a new dagger laying there. We'll take all that. We'll actually hop into our inventory here. And we'll take a peek at the dagger that we grabbed. We'll take a look at our buddy here. What was his name? Larithar. And say, alright, you have a 1-6 dagger that deals 1 poison damage on hit. And then we just found ourselves a 1-4 dagger, which kind of sucks. So there is that. And he actually already has like epic daggers. So we would actually start with worse stuff than that. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. But here's our dwarf, and we're going to roll with him more than most of our other guys. I just wanted to try to do some sneaky stuff with the rogue to kind of get you guys excited about what you can do later on. But this is our dude right here. He's ready. He's eager. He's excited. He's got this giant two-handed axe. It's kind of funny. Check out the size of this two-handed sword. It's massive. It's huge. The two-handed axe looks so gimp compared to it. It's like 1/10 of the size. But they both do the same amount of damage. Alright, guys. Let's hop on in here and get some killing done. We're going to roll out on this guy right here. The sneak dagger is there, throwing out some multiple attacks. And for whatever reason, we decided to stop attacking. I'm not exactly sure why, but we did. Alright, now we're going to roll up on this guy and get it handled. And I tried playing around with just having one guy in the party. It didn't work. I think our guys are too weak at the first levels. Maybe if you level them up a few times, it'll be okay. Now, if you hold down the Alt key, you will actually see stuff on the ground. You'll be able to see your character's health and the names of everything that you're around. To move around the map, you press the left mouse button as opposed to the right, as most games you would think do now. It's totally fine. Again, the right mouse button will allow you to rotate the camera. And if you get into a fight and you want to make sure that things don't go horribly awful for you, you'd be like, oh gosh, what's happening? There's actually quite a few people here. You actually have a tactical pause. Alright, so there's a vampire thrall over there. So what we're going to do is send our boy in over here. I'm actually going to try to go into stealth mode with our guy, and it seems to have worked.
Ready to surrender?
We're going to sneak on over here, and while they're all doing that, we're going to try to kill this guy off with our backstab and attack damage. And the second wind has been popped, and it looks like we're doing okay.
What?
We're going to stay, hopefully on. I'm not sure why we decided to walk
I'll
away.
help you.
But we managed to defeat all these guys, and it's okay.
Sehanim smiles upon you. We survive once again.
We did survive. That's good. We're going to loot up the 4 gold there. We're going to loot up some stuff here. And I'm looking forward to this game actually coming out, guys. I can't wait to play with a few friends. I enjoyed a lot of the older CRPGs and games like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. And I actually beat Neverwinter Nights with Splooch. Way back in the day, I was a barbarian, a dwarf barbarian, and we just kind of wrecked stuff. These amethyst shards are actually things that we need to collect. That was the collect mission for us. It sounds like there's quite a few nasty guys on the other side of this wall or this door, so we're going to head in here and see. And it definitely looks like it's going to be quite bad. So we're going to go after the Shadow Mage right now. Probably get wrecked a little bit. Or absolutely annihilate him and not even have to worry about it at all. What we're going to do now is disengage with him. We're going to go into stealth mode. We're going to hope that Calark will actually stay on the melee combatants. I'm going to run on over and we're going to try. And oh gosh, I don't know what's happening right now, but it doesn't look good. We're going to go into stealth, and apparently the stealthing is not going super well. We're going to throw out a Cure Wounds here on you. And Calark is probably going to have to just, like, walk in and attack this guy.
Come here.
Larithar is like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to throw a dagger because that seems like a good idea. Even though it's a horrible idea. Alright, we do have a fireball that we can utilize, and we're going to try it right now. A firebolt, I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to move a bit closer. We're still trying to take these guys down. We need to focus on the Lich, I think. Alright, everybody is actually back up to fighting shape now. And we're going to let the mages deal with the Lich while everybody else deals with the vampire spawn mage. And we succeeded at our
You have
quest.
my blessings.
We have been blessed.
Don't let me
We've
fail.
been knocked back. Uh-oh. The vampire thrall has gotten back up. We must go in and do battle. Oh, it died already. Okay. We have our healer, which can once again throw out a heal and needs to do so. So we'll do a quick pause there, and the heal didn't seem to come out, which I'm a little concerned about. I'll try it again here.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not sure why the healing doesn't seem to be working. Potion of Shadows doesn't seem to be super useful. Cleanses the target of negative effects, silences, and all sorts of stuff. Well, we've almost got this either way, so I'm not that concerned with it, but still, it seems a bit odd. It does seem a little bit strange. For some reason, I can't seem to select my, maybe the healer is, yeah, she looks like she's all sorts of screwed up right now. She can't do things, which is not good. She's like mind controlled or something's wrong with her. She's broke.
That was intense. All right.
That was intense. Alright, well, we managed to survive it. We got through. We got 7 gold, a club, and a healer's kit. And we managed to, well, we succeeded at one of our missions so far. And there's still a lot left to do. There's a lot more enemies. I don't know if we've leveled up. We're going to go take a peek. It looks like we're pretty close. We're 238 out of 300 needed for the next level. So we're what, like 62 away? That's not too bad. Run over here and collect this. We're going to take all. And then we're going to run on this room and attack the skeletal archer. From a distance, we can zoom out a little bit too, guys, if you want to see from further away what's going on with the combat. And that was pretty simple and pretty easy. And you can press Alt, like I said earlier. It will show you everything on the ground, highlight things that are interactable, and all that wonderful fun stuff. Alright, the skeletal shield person is going to be skeletally shielding himself. We're going to try to get behind him and attack. Going to stealth and attack, and still can't seem to get a hit on him.
Take this.
Alright, for whatever reason, our wizard thought it was a good idea to walk
Yep.
into combat range and attack. I'm not entirely certain as to why he decided to do that, but
Oh,
he did
crap.
decide.
I bit my tongue.
Okay, he bit his tongue apparently. Alright, we're going to come over here. We're going to, I guess, search? I don't know what that does. I'm assuming, well, it'll tell us. Grants a proficiency bonus when attempting to perceive hidden things. When toggled on, the character is actively searching and gains a +2 in perception. And a 50% reduction in move speed. So apparently the chest is not locked, is what my guess is. However, it did seem to upset many, many nasty things. Okay. Let's move on out and do some killing here. Alright, we're going to try... Oh, we got a sneak attack there. We decided to go into stealth right at the beginning. You see the little sparkly there? If you hold Alt, you'll see a dead rat is there. We're able to go and snag that up. And we can come down here and grab the amethyst shard.
Something.
And I believe that is going to be 3 of the amethyst shards that we needed to find thus far. And for some reason, guys, there we go. For some reason, our people were not wanting to move where I was telling them to go. They're like, nope, not going to do it. Sorry, deal with it. It's okay, guys. It's alright. Well, apparently there are a lot of nasty things on over there. So what are we going to do? Well, I think you already know, guys. I think you already know. That's right, we're going to go into sneaky mode.
Sounds like a plan.
And we're going to come around here and we're going to try to kill off the vampire thrall right away.
No,
Well, we were spotted.
ready.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to fall back. And he is down. And we're going to come over here and sneak up again. We were spotted once again. Not super great. We're going to hurl our dagger at him. The hidden dagger of death.
Hey!
And we're going to come back over here and...
Nail on that one.
There it is. There's the hidden attack.
Sehanim smiles upon you.
Okay, so apparently we have a lot of smiley people smiling at us. It's all good. The vampire thrall is going to give us its 3 gold. We're going to come over here and snag up 3 more gold. We're looking pretty good at this point, guys. Oh, there is a giant flaming dude with 2 swords. That's a little off-putting and slightly intimidating. I'm not going to lie. Alright, additionally, let's throw out a heal onto our mage. Or our wizard, as it were. And we have Divine Strike, and we have Sacred Flame. We have quite a few skills here. Alright, we're going to bless all of our folks, and we're going to send them into combat over here. We're going to skip over to our rogue
Need summer?
and
Yes?
put him into stealth mode.
In the goddess's name.
And we're going to hope that we can actually make it there and attack from stealth. We're going to move our healer away, which I'm not even sure why our healer was within like point blank range there.
Healing.
That did seem a bit silly.
That's it.
And it looks like our main guy is getting wrecked right now. And Lathar is laying on the ground, not really having a good time. Did he die as well?
Take much more.
Yes.
Alright, we're going to hope that our mage can do something here while we try very hard not to get wrecked.
Your son.
That didn't work, and now we're going to retreat right now. And there is a plan here, guys.
Done. All right.
He seems pretty quick, though. Alright, so the plan is pretty simple. We're going to try to bypass him, get back over to our people, and resurrect them. Oh, there's a lot of people in that other room.
I got it.
Alright, so we're going to come all the
Yep.
way over here as fast as we can. We're going to resurrect our dwarf, or revive, or whatever it is that we call it this. Stabilize him.
here is
Stabilize. We're going to stabilize the next one.
Just one more minute.
And we're going to eventually stabilize the healer as
Good to
well.
be back.
Sure.
And it is not looking very good for us right now. I got to tell you. This
Anyone
dude
over there?
kind of wrecking us
Anyone
in a
over there?
pretty big way.
Ask your blessings.
Alright, we're going to come over here once again, gathering up our
I'll help
patriot. We're resistant to fire. We managed to avoid it. It's not looking good. We don't seem to have the
Alright.
power or the oomph that we need to
Can I
actually
help?
kill this guy. Alright, can we cast from back here? We can. It didn't do a whole tremendously huge amount of damage. Please stop attacking. For the love of
I got
Jiminy
it.
Cricket. Keep running. Alright, so we're going to have to kite it out a little bit. We'll be able to get some stuff handled, though, guys. It's not that... Oh, he seems angry. He seems super unhappy. Alright, we're going to stabilize our boy once again. We're going to run over here. We're going to have you run over here and take this on. We're going to control our mage one more time. We are going to be ready.
All
I don't
thanks
know.
to the Lady of Dreams.
I don't know what's happening. He seems to have stopped moving. I'm hoping he's not healing right now. He's not, or it doesn't appear that he is anyway. Alright, we're going to get Hamet to come over here. And we're going to have him actually cast his spell right up on the flame barrel.
This is it.
And it was messy, it was sloppy, and it was probably a little bit lame, but we did manage to actually defeat it. And what is this? Witch Bolt. That is our auto attack. Okay, can we swap that out? Oh, to default attacks. Nice. So the cantrips are always, you can choose which cantrip you want as your default attack. That's pretty neat. I actually like that a lot. That is really, really cool. Magic weapon infuses the target ally with a +1 magical weapon. Oh, that's pretty neat. Let's do that. We'll throw that up on our rogue there. We're gonna try we'll try our fireball or firebolt or what have you as our weapon. We're gonna continue on, guys. I think Calark is actually laying down, taking a snooze, so we should probably bring him back.
my vengeance. What is it you command?
I will have my vengeance. My vengeance is cold
Very
and
well.
I'm kind of dead, but it's okay. Alright,
Yes.
unfortunately we have no way to heal him just yet. And I don't believe there's a way to rest either. Which is a tad unfortunate, because that would make my life a little bit easier. But that's neither here nor there, guys. Okay, there's a door that doesn't seem to really affect us in any way, but we can open it. It's there, it's a thing. I'm going to run on over here, guys. I know we're a little bit over time. I like to stay around 25 to 30 minutes, but we're a little bit higher than that right now. I am okay with that, and we're going to see. I think we're probably rolling up on the beholder right now. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what kind of power this thing's going to have, but it looks like we're going into combat despite our best efforts to not die a horrible death. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to attack with the magical bolts there. Magic missiles. And the epic boss battle has begun, folks. And our guy is going to go into stealth mode and then attack again. Oh, he's paralyzed too. Okay, do we have to help him? Is that a thing we do? Nope. He's just eventually going to be out of it one day. Nope, the paralyzing ray is out. I'm weak. I'm weak. He's turned to stone. That's not good. Oh, the slowing ray is out. Ow, the gargoyle's gift. No. Alright, we got the chill touch on him. Our healer's still throwing out heals. I'm hoping that we can eventually cure our individual here. Oh, she's frightened.
Heads up!
We're still hanging in there. Nope, nope, nope. Resistant to fire. He's resistant to fire. Oh no. We're paralyzed again.
Healing!
Alright, what we're going to do now is throw it out onto you.
Satan smiles
Okay, we
upon
brought
you.
him back, and now we're going to try to heal Comet. And if we can manage to do that... Oh, she's paralyzed now. That's not great. So everyone is doing everything they can to actually take this guy down.
Don't let me fail. Fine.
Alright, we're going to attack with a charge, and then we're going to use our second wind to heal up. Then we're going to move over, and we're going to utilize this to heal you.
Hold still.
Okay, we're still hanging in there, folks. We're still hanging in there. Alright, we're going to maneuver away from her.
I got it.
I don't know how we're ever going to bring her back, though. That's the problem. We don't have another way of bringing her back. He's unconscious. That's not great. Oh,
Yep.
He's on the move again.
Sure.
I'm seriously hurt, you guys.
Yeah, we know.
Done.
We're well aware. Melee guys, do things.
All right.
Melee guys, be melee guys.
Make you feel.
Feel the
Alright.
Bye.
So what we need to do now is charge him. Or get charmed. Which is equally as bad. Oh gosh. So this is going off the rails real quick.
Less.
Well, folks, it looks like that is going to end our adventure, or almost end our adventure. I'm assuming the charm will eventually wear off. And when it does... Yeah, it's going to be a while. We're going to have to somehow man-fight up against the Beholder and see if we can't drop him the last few bits of health he has. We just ended up murdering all of our people. It's possible we can run away from him long enough that we can maybe return and resurrect them. I don't know. But as it stands right now, it's not looking super good. Okay, we're back up and standing here, ready to go. And now we're paralyzed. Oh, we just got knocked back while we're paralyzed. And we're losing most of our health.
Let me fail.
It's looking like we are going to end up losing. So, the game is definitely not easy, ladies and gentlemen. But it is still a lot of fun. And the fact that you have the dungeon crawl mode and all sorts of other various things available to you, modules. There's going to be a lot of modding coming from the community, probably from the developers. There's going to be a single-player story campaign, which I say single-player, but I'm not 100% certain, but I would imagine that you can co-op through it, so maybe it's a cooperative campaign. I can't say for certain, guys. There's still a lot of mystery shrouding Sword Coast Legends, but there's still a lot here, guys, and I'm pretty eager and excited to see it release on the 20th and see what it all has to offer for us. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, I will try out playing around with Chimera a little bit more, and hopefully we get a bit further and we don't die against the Beholder. Maybe I'll try a different enemy. This one seems pretty nasty, and we'll do a multiple level dungeon. Maybe 3 small areas, and then we'll go on from there. Anyway, folks, it's going to do it. If you want more information about the game, when it releases, the developer, publisher, any of that stuff, guys, will all be down below in the description of the video. And I will see you guys next time with the next episode of our first look at Sword Coast Legends. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.